Hey guys, you're watching Daniel and Gian talk, and today we're going to do a full review of Robot, I believe it was also called Enthiran,
Yep.
starring Rajinikanth. It's our first experience with him.
As well as Shankar, the director.
Oh, yeah. It's everyone's hyping this guy up. It's a sci-fi action.
Did you like it? Let's just start off with did you like it?
Did I like it?
Yeah, let's just get right into it. Because if you're watching the review out there, you've seen it, you already know what to expect.
Yeah, it's been out almost 10 years.
Let's jump into it.
If I liked it, it was for the wrong reasons, for sure. This was not a good movie. It wasn't. It's just not a good movie, and all the enjoyable parts were because they were so bad. They were like ridiculous. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. Like the movie started off, and I was trying my best. To go with it, and everything was kind of making sense
until you saw terrible CGI, like the robots falling over for no reason, and the endless rounds of questioning to prove how smart these robots are.
Right.
Or other circumstances, it just made no fucking sense.
There was just a lot of stuff that you're 45 minutes into the movie before you even get any reason why he decided to make the robot. You know, it's like when he's in front of the panel trying to get permission.
And you still kind of don't even really know why he was.
I want to make this robot to save mankind. Not to save mankind.
Give it to the Indian Army.
Indian Army, yeah, to help the Indian Army. But it takes us 45 minutes to we're even at that point, maybe longer than that actually.
And you still don't really know what the fucking purpose of his existence is.
And then, at the same time, I'm like thinking this dude must have the hugest swinging dick around because Ashwarya...
And balling as fuck. He must be super rich.
Exactly. Because Ashwarya Rai's trying to get a hold of him.
112 times.
And he's completely ignoring her. And I'm like, seriously, guy. You are ignoring her?
It's Rajnikanth.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know.
Those fucking chops, man. They get all the pussy.
That wig that you're wearing, bro. I don't know.
I hated her for getting mad, because it was like, bitch, motherfucker's developing this next thing of AI. You can't be a little bit more understanding. You can't go down and fucking give him some milk and cookies.
No, she can't because
suck his dick a little bit.
Because so many guys are hitting on her. She's like, why am I wasting time with this old dude and his wig? Making his robot that looks like him.
But she still chooses him at the end
does.
of the day.
She does.
Even when fucking Chiefty comes, the bad robot comes and kidnaps her, which is the best scene in the entire fucking movie. That one scene was almost worth the entire price of admission.
Yes, that car chase.
The car chase was fucking amazing.
I mean, who cares that they're trying to save this woman, yet they're unloading their clips into the car to stop the car. So at that point, we're not trying to save the woman.
Oh, my favorite part is when they, at the very end of the chase, and they're on that highway, and it's incomplete, and you have half the police force parked against the fucking thing, all line by, so somehow they reversed in, they kept reversing in and doubled themselves up, and then when Chiti drove in, then the other cop car is just and somehow that was all going to play out. That was going to make sense. I don't know what Indian police maneuver that was, but,
It was some awesome maneuvering.
It was, especially when he steals all their guns and kills all of them.
Right.
He just murders
and
all of them.
We saw that. We saw that in the trailer that we watched a long time ago.
But now there's context
context, and it was pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie.
It was fucking awesome.
It was amazing.
The car scene was awesome. It was awesome. It was the Matrix scene. It was I don't know how to explain it. It was just, it was just fucking
It was all practical too.
Yeah, right.
No, it was a lot of it.
It was mixed for sure.
A lot of it was practical.
But there was, there
was some wire foo going on.
How are you gonna fucking when he jumps the car? He makes it drive up in the air and jumps it. That was practical.
No, the crashes were everyone.
When he crashes it,
No, every time he made one of the cops crash, that was all real stuff. Yeah.
I'm not shitting on it. It was terrible. The whole sequence is terrible. The whole fucking...
It was terrible, but it was awesome.
But it was fucking amazing.
It just reminded me of 1985. I was watching Lethal Weapon.
You're just they don't make them like that anymore.
No, they don't.
You say that, they don't make them like that anymore, and then you see it again in 2018 in Thugs of Hindustan or in 2.0, which you haven't seen yet. But you're I
haven't seen either of those.
But you're oh, they're still doing this. They haven't learned from their lessons because people... must fucking
people
love
still
it.
want to see it, man.
I guess, man. I'm not shitting on it. I just We got the elephant in the room is you can't defend this movie for being good. If you defend this movie for being good, then
no, because it just starts losing logic left and right. Like it just goes through.
You know what
all
annoyed
these
me
things.
is the fucking they bring up the Asimov's rules, like it's the 3 laws,
Right.
which and they actually bring it up again in 2.0. They still bring it like, don't worry about Cheetah. He's a part of the Asimov's law, or however you pronounce his name. Asimov. There you go. What did I say? Asimov. Fuck. Whatever.
Isaac Asimov, the sci-fi writer.
Exactly. So his 3 rules of artificial intelligence basically like lay out what it's supposed to be, and every fucking artificial intelligence person right now say that those are all bullshit. Like those are nice rules for fucking fiction, for science fiction. I mean, like to make his stories.
Hey man, I watched that robot, bro. All right.
That's my point. I'm just saying they try to pass that off as if it's fucking, but it's the love story. He gets struck by fucking lightning, and then all of a sudden he wants to fuck his wife, his master's wife, and he falls deeply in love with her.
Was the lightning that did it, or was it the programming he did to give him emotions?
Both, because he gets struck by lightning, and then all of a sudden he changes. I mean, we haven't even gotten into the bad guy who's in charge of like approving him and steals it, and then he gets his head smashed, which is fucking funny.
Right. And the reason why he wants to steal it is because he made a deal with
these terribly acting fucking Russians or whoever they are. Germans, whatever they were. They were just awful acting, terrible performances.
I mean, there's other stuff, and there's so much bad stuff in it.
So much bad stuff. I'm annoying that I didn't bring my book. I brought the wrong book. I can't fucking go in deep detail because I had so many fucking things written down.
And the messed up part was
the messed up part is I fucking liked the movie.
It was
because I'll say this, and I won't interrupt you again. It's what made this movie good is the filmmakers behind it were genuinely trying to make a good movie. And this was the product of it. This was the fucking product. And it's not a good movie. But you can tell that their heart and soul, like this wasn't intentional. They weren't trying to make the CGI bad because it's just that was literally the limits of their capabilities. A few people said like this is the first movie with Indian CGI in it on this scale.
Right.
And I believe that because the budget was astronomical for its time and like but
I'll be honest
it's still
with you,
a fucking bad movie at the end of the day. But they tried, and I like that effort because I can see what they were doing, and it's like, that's what made me excited to see 2.0. I'll leave it at that because you still haven't seen it.
You know, I forgave the CGI. I get it. Like, I'm not gonna judge
Some parts were really rough.
They were most parts.
Like anything that had to do with the robots' exoskeletons walking, it looks
really rough.
So bad.
There's there's the one scene, the fire scene, which was like
I forgot about that.
Come on, man.
When he went straight superhero and he just started. Oh my god!
Like,
hold on.
Hold on. Like, what's the temperature? 799 Celsius, but I can go up to 1,000 Celsius. Okay, and that's okay, fine. But the human beings inside are going to be able to survive
when you touch them with metal.
Yeah.
Like the body's not going to heat up.
Not just that, but 799 Celsius, convert that into Fahrenheit because you don't realize how much.
What is that, Carlos? 799 Celsius to Fahrenheit.
And they were still talking and moving around and shit inside the building,
That's
man.
not even what was obscene to me.
No, the worst part.
The girl.
The girl she kills herself because fucking she was going to die in a fire, but people seeing her naked was enough for her to like, oh my god,
I can't live with myself.
I can't live with myself
and then
because
she dies
these people
in the worst
saw me.
CGI
Yeah,
accident.
everyone is happy that they're alive because they're gonna fucking burn to death in this building, and then
1,470 degrees. Look how much. What's the boiling temperature of blood, by the way? Just look that up. Like, what is the temperature does human blood boil at?
Oh, what? Does skin melt?
Skin melt.
I mean,
look these
shit,
things up.
Like, if your fever goes over 103,
you're dead.
You got to go to the emergency room because you're gonna get brain damage.
You're gonna start shoving ice up your ass at that point.
Like, come on, like and stuff like that is you can fix that. That's easy. Like, just do a little bit of research to make sure what your temperatures are at.
You can just you can have Cheetah come in with fucking fire extinguishers and just put out the fire real quick and grab them and like just small little things. Because the first thing I was like, man, how is he not burning them as soon as he? Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Skin is 51 degrees Celsius, and then
Skin melts at 51 degrees Celsius, lungs at 100 degrees Celsius, and it was 1,000 degrees in there. Celsius. So it's what you're saying.
It was 800.
800.
Celsius, but yeah, no.
They would have died.
Yeah.
But it was just ridiculous when she fucking.
Yeah.
She had her life saved.
She said, "I have no clue." And then that's what. You killed her by saving her life.
Why didn't you give her a robe?
Yeah.
You dumb bitch.
That's the robe wouldn't fucking burn as if there wasn't. He just doesn't know any better. That's why. Like that was.
They should have had that scene in.
So bad.
They should have had that scene in
poor.
2.0.
Fuck.
Where he rescues someone, and then they catch on fire.
They just explode.
And then he's like, the fucking doctor's like, "What the fuck? What did you do? Why did you do that?" And he's like, "Cause you told me before you gotta clothe them." And he just doesn't know what to do. But no, that scene was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I had totally forgot about that scene. I'm totally glad you brought it up because that scene was funny as shit.
Oh, but what about was that more ridiculous than him going and talking to the mosquitoes? Have it with a different kind of mosquitoes. Like, this one's got chikungunya. This one's got dengue. This one's got malaria. Yeah, the mosquito.
And then
he
takes
catches one, make him apologize. Like,
he's like, "Bitch, you better apologize to my woman."
Shit. And then all the stuff
for a kiss.
All the stuff that you taught him, but he doesn't seem to know what rape is, or being a creeper like that. Everything he doesn't seem like, hey, I give you emotions, but I didn't give you social norms.
Maybe PewDiePie taught him
where I could just break into people's fucking houses.
PewDiePie programmed him, just programmed with Bob's and Vagin.
I guess so, man.
Because as soon as he got the one kiss on a cheek, it rewired his whole brain.
Yeah, he
was like, "Damn, I want her right now."
Have we seen any robot memes? Because we might have to make them.
I haven't.
Show me your Bob's and Vagina.
Because he gets pretty testy in 2.0 too.
Oh, see, I haven't watched it.
I know you haven't. Again, I mentioned this earlier, like the line of questioning to prove how smart he was. Like they never really showed any science behind anything, but people try to make it seem like this was like this big science-based thing. I know it's science fiction, but I don't know. I just liked it. It was so bad. I genuinely did. It's a DG drink all the way. We will be doing a DG drink with some of our friends to this particular movie for sure, because this is something where if I went full... Okay, let me put it this way. We've seen videos, people have shared videos of Salman Khan movies where the fans fucking start recording the screen. They start dancing right on the screen. They go fucking straight up apeshit crazy, right? If I was watching a good movie and that happened, I'd be pissed. I'd hate it. If I was watching Robot and they started fucking dancing like that for the dumbest shit, it would become a truly one-of-a-kind experience.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen Robot in the theaters in India in 2010.
Well, we were talking earlier on the phone, and you did make this comment, and I'm completely with you on it. But this was the movie we thought we were going to see in film school when they started talking.
Indian cinema.
This is the movie that every Westerner thinks of when they think of Indian cinema.
Absolutely.
This is the one they want.
If you want to know the stereotypical film, what do Westerners think of Indian cinema? It's this one. It's 100% this one. And we didn't even talk about the music.
No.
We haven't even gotten in the
got progressively more and more ridiculous. Like the first couple songs, I was like, okay, yeah, like
no lyrics though, so I don't know what the fuck they said.
No, but it was
songs.
It fit.
No
like
lyric,
they were
subtitles.
They were not as out there as a Salman.
You can kind of put them together.
You could kind of the first couple. They weren't Salman Khan videos, and then they went Salman Khan, and then they went
Hold My Beer.
Wait, Hold My Beer. Hey, exactly, Salman. Hold My Beer. Let's do this music video now in the movie.
Let's wear these gold costumes.
Yeah.
Let's wear these fucking
with
leather
no
jackets.
context. And just what about the bad guy? Why did his cyborgs or why did his androids have to have that shock of gray in there? Like, what's the point of that?
Because the skunk, man. It's the Hitchcock thing. We've already went over this.
Is that what it is?
Because that represents bad guys. Yeah, it is.
Holy shit.
I just liked how he pulled out, when he was testing to find the doctor, because the doctor, took some pill or something that made the fucking metal skeleton scanners think that he was a robot, which, talking about leaps of faith. That's the biggest problem with this movie is there's leaps of faith, and then there's okay, I don't know how many I can take. I don't know if I can make this next jump. But anyway, where he fucking pulls the sword out and he starts hitting them, and you start hearing clunk, clunk, and then he stabs them, and then they're actually robots. But it's how does that make any fucking sense? Like, how did these robots clink and then these ones didn't? At what point would you just fucking...
Don't forget the birth scene as well.
When he fucking turns the baby around in the womb and separates her hips and pulls it out, and then that's
does like not what he said he was gonna do.
We're gonna take the hip out.
Yeah, we're gonna remove the hip.
Instead, we'll just pull it apart and just fucking stretch her fucking vagina out and force this baby. We didn't even. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up, because I don't know how many times in this movie where they're like, "No, he's bad." Okay, he does this cool thing, but then he does one bad thing right after, and it's like back. At a certain point, you got to say, you know what? Maybe we should just put this guy to rest. There's something. Because even after he kills all those people, how does he acquit the doctor? He shows the evidence when the bad guy, who I thought was fucking Chinese, and I'm assuming he's just Indian, but just from that part of India.
How dare you?
Hey man, it's fucking chow mein or whatever they call them in Chakti, India. But my point is though, it plays that they're in the courthouse and it plays the tape where he's like, I want to make 100 of these and they're gonna take over the world, whatever the fuck he says.
Are you saying that how they left the robot alive?
Yeah.
Why didn't they melt him like Terminator? Yeah. By the way, there was a lot of Terminator getting
thumbs
ripped
up
off in this. Yeah.
100%.
The eye.
The one piece. But what I'm saying is, after all the shit the motherfucker's been...
You're going to kill the doctor and you're going to keep the robot.
But not even that. You're going to believe his testimony and still keep him alive? Like, oh, he's for good. Like, if this were an American robot, you would bet your ass that robot would have been melted.
Dude, the fact that it was like, okay, we're going to sentence you to death. Hold up!
Let me say something.
Yeah.
I could say something according to Article 3, Section...
Oh, you know what? Never mind then. We're gonna drop the charges.
Because it was this dead guy who can't defend himself.
Yeah.
He can't doctor these images. It's too good. It's too realistic.
No, everything else that he's doing.
It's just, it was getting to a point where I was like, all right, come on, guys. At some point, you got to just put this guy to pasture. Because it's just like, and of all the haircuts, that's the best one you can do.
That's the best one, man.
And fucking turtlenecks. And fucking super leathery, like... I don't know, man.
Or how about the fact that he runs super funny? Like, you're going to make a robot? Yeah, he didn't run very nice.
He's so fast, bro. You don't even need to worry about that.
You could tell.
And I haven't even thought about, like, the other things that, like, there's so many things that we're missing. But it's just, it was such a ridiculously bad movie that, I said it 2 reviews ago, last review, we're not going to do numbers, but I want to bring the numbers back for this one. And I want to know what your rating is, because my rating might surprise you.
I mean, it just depends on context. As a movie itself, I'm gonna say it's like a fucking 2. As entertainment factor, it's like a 9.
Yes.
You know.
See, my rating for the movie as it is right now is a solid 8. Solid fucking 8. And I would recommend this fucking movie to everybody. Yeah. Like 100%, no bullshit. But I would say...
I would not recommend this to cinephiles. I would recommend this to people.
I would absolutely recommend it to cinephiles. And I would... See, the difference is normal people, like my friends, I'd be like, bro, this movie sucks, but I swear to God, have some beers, enjoy yourself. It's a good fucking time. If I had told a cinephile that maybe I didn't like, I'd be like, bro, you gotta check out this movie. It's you gotta check it out. And I wouldn't say it sucked. To let them experience how bad it was. At least... You got to give your friend the courtesy notice, like, hey man, this is gonna be shitty. Like, this is Sharknado bad.
Right.
I don't know. Fuck cinephiles, even though I kind of am one. Kind of.
You pick and choose your battles with that.
But so solid fucking score for me. I would watch this movie again. I would own this movie on Blu-ray if I could. I'm not even fucking kidding, man. I just would. It's just. And we didn't even talk about the Transformers style thing of like them interlocking at the end. And then like...
Hey, I'm going to defend that. I'm actually going to defend that. There were some concepts in here that were actually really fucking cool. But because the CGI was so terrible...
You mean when they're shooting the rockets and they all laid down flat?
It just that whole him controlling all the robots and getting them together and like everything they were doing. I was like, you know what? This is actually pretty fucking cool.
The magnetic
force.
But
the CGI is so like...
And that it's on the body of a 60-year-old dude. It looks like the CGI
in Minority Report, which came out like in 1999.
2002.
So because it looks like that, I can't take it serious.
Minority Report looked way better, but I understand your point.
But
that's
Minority
what I'm
Report looked like shit too.
Well, I said this before on the 2.0 reaction hour video, which you guys can check out. We talked all about 2.0. it's not the issue isn't the filmmakers or anything like that. I mean, yes, the screenplay is terrible. It's the worst part. Absolutely, Shankar deserves all the negative shit he got received for the screenplay. But in terms of like making an action scene, you give him Marvel characters, it would never happen. But let's say you did, you might turn out an entertaining fare if you have someone else write the script.
Yeah.
Real talk. Because the action, that the guy likes fucking action. Like the tone shifted during that kidnapping scene with the fucking when he literally starts fucking murdering the cops. Yeah. Oh, speaking of that scene, the way that scene starts is the best in the fucking movie. He shows up to the wedding. He finds out the wedding. There's a sign out there, and he fucking punches the sign. Yeah. Like the first thing he does is punch, and then there's those two robots.
He's a temper tantrum.
And there's those two like little helper robots, and he fucking kicks them and makes them. And then he walks in like. It was completely no reason to fuck those robots out. Like, those robots did nothing. But he was just like, fuck you. And then he goes and fucking kidnaps her and shit. But I'm saying the tone shifted at that point.
Yeah.
Where it was like, it kind of got serious. It was still over the top. It was still ridiculous. It was still stupid. But you give people actual superpowers that are defined. And, like, you have to adhere to universe powers. Like, Superman can only do this. Like, Superman's not going to fucking shoot kryptonite laser beams out of his asshole. Like, it's just, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, you might be able to, like, hone him in. I don't know.
Robo-Sapien.
Robo-Sapien, the first one?
I mean, we could legit sit here for hours and start remembering stuff and just bring it right back and keep going on.
This movie will live on forever. It's one that I don't regret watching. It's one that we probably should have watched sooner, but at the same time, it's the perfect time. Because if we would have watched this movie first,
it would have ruined
everything. Because we would have been like, man, I can't take Indian cinema seriously. Like everyone's championing this fucking piece of shit. But I will now champion it. It's just a piece of shit. Like you got to acknowledge that. Like it's terrible, but fucking fun. More fun than I had in any Fast and the Furious movie that I've seen. That's for sure.
I hope we get people agreeing with those comments.
I hope so, because if you don't, I wonder about like a lot of things. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to say what specifically, but
let's just say your recommendations are going to go just a little
to the bottom.
Yeah.
Not even actually, to be honest, not even on the list, unless you have a good reason for it. If you're like, hey man, this is the first movie I ever watched. I never saw anything before. It changed my life because it made me... And then I saw a bunch of other better movies. All right, cool. I can accept that.
Which is fair.
But if it was like...
Like Daniel and the Star Wars prequels.
They're good, man. I'll fucking defend them I'll defend them. Every single Star Wars prequel is better than fucking Robot.
Yeah.
All right. That's a victory for me. No, you can't even say no. It wasn't. George Lucas' writing is not this fucking bad.
I don't know. Star Wars 2 was pretty bad, man. Like Star
Wars. But
was
it Robot bad? You still have fucking Yoda.
Well, the writing was better for sure.
You still have Yoda with the lightsaber, Count Dooku battle at the end, the Clone Wars themselves. You have the clone fucking facility, like the set pieces.
I mean, I'll let you have your small victory in this, sure.
Yes. Fucking Grievous is in this episode 2. You also have all the shitty love story, but fucking. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know. I don't have anything else to say about it for now. Stay tuned for our fucking DG Drink 2019. I think this will be our first episode. What do you think?
I think so. We're going to bring some friends.
Bring Carlos and Zach.
We're going to bring some Mexicans. So
serve some cervezas.
And then you guys can call them white too. Like everyone's like all these guys are going to be like honored that you call them white because they've never been called white in their life before. Except for Carlos. Carlos can't fake a white to save his life. But
that'll do it.
White. That'll do it for us, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out Daniel's review of 2.0. Comes out. Is it coming out tomorrow?
It's already out.
It's already out. It came out before this one. Can't wait to see the comments on that. Can't wait to see the comments on this one. And make sure to check out Reaction Hour tomorrow. We will see you next time.